Hello, this is Courtney with 360 Island Tours. In this video tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to download your zipped tour to your computer. I apologize for any background noise. We live in Waikiki, Hawaii, so it is actually very loud. We live off of the Aloi. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So I have sent you an email, excuse me, an email, and in that email you will see the items that I've shared with you. So if you go to your email and you will see guest, go ahead and click on that email, and then here we are. So in order to download the zip tour files, we are going to need to click on whatever link it is that you see here. For this company, it's Best Bridal, which is actually Charisma. But go ahead and click on your link. What that's going to do is bring you to this login page. So what you're going to do is you're going to log in with the username guest, and then the password you will see in the email that I've sent you also. You will see the password there. So go ahead and just use that password. And when you're done with that, go ahead and sign in. And now what we can see is that here is our company title, here's the company name, and underneath that we have the zip tour files. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this one. You can scroll down if you have more files. So what we need to do next is we need to come over here to the Open Drive. You're not going to download anything directly from this page. So come over here to Open in Drive. And then here we can see our company title, Best Bridal. Of course, this would reflect your company. And we see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 files that are here. Now, like I said, there's two ways that you can download these. One way is you can download them each individually. So to do that, just hover over the zipped file name, right click, and then select download. What that's going to do, depending on how your browser is set up, is it'll ask you where you want to save the file. So for this one, we'll just go ahead and save it to that company's actual folder, which is right here. Then we're going to create a new folder. We're going to call this example saved tours. And so let's go ahead and save that. Files aren't very big, so they download relatively quickly. Here we've already actually downloaded the files, so let's open the show in folder. So here we are, Best Bridal, example save tours. You would put this, of course, wherever you want to store your files locally. Now, to see whether or not this even works, what we can do is just double click on it. That'll open up the zip file depending on what program you are using to access your zipped content. And we can open up the folder, go into the auto. You may not have auto. You may not see this actual file. You may not see this file structure. This was used. This was created using a different program. So what we're going to do is just double click on the HTML file. This might say index, or it might say 360 tours, and then whatever tour this applies to. So when we double click on that, we can see that it opens up the tour. And that it works just as it should. So we'll go ahead and close that out. Go back to where we were. So that was one way of saving the files. What you can also do is you can select all of these and basically come over here to more and go to download. And then what this is going to do is it's going to download and zip all the files into one zipped file. So let's go ahead and just do that. So click on download. What it's doing right now is it's zipping the files. This only takes about a minute tops. And there we go, the zipping is complete. And now what it's going to do is it's going to ask where you want to save the file. So let's go ahead and save it into the same folder that we saved the original single tour. So we go save. So this is 138 megabytes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video and just make it, I'll come back and it will be finished downloading. Okay, so we have completed downloading the files, and let's go ahead and show in folder. So we have the original single file, single tour, and now we have, this contains all 5 of them. So let's go ahead and open that up. We can see we've got all 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what we have basically done here is we located the email that I had sent you that contains your content, your virtual tour content. We opened up the link to the files. We clicked on Open in Drive so that we could have access to the files. And next, depending on how we wanted to download them, we either downloaded them one by one, or we selected all of them. And to download one by one, you of course just right-click on the name and select Download. Put it in the folder that you want it to go into on your desktop. Otherwise, you can download all of them at once, which is to select them all, come over to More, and click Download. So that pretty much wraps up this tutorial. In the next tutorial, I will be showing you how to extract the zipped files locally to your desktop, to your computer. And then if need be, we are going to rename some of the folders and files. And that's about it. We will see you in the next tutorial. Hello, this is Courtney with 360 Island Tours. This is part 2 of the video installation tutorials. In the last tutorial, I basically explained how to download the zipped files to your desktop, to your computer. And in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to extract those zipped files so that you can get prepared for uploading them to your server. So basically, we're going to start right where we left off. So we had actually downloaded the documents export for the Best Bridal Example Save Tours. So let's just go ahead and right-click on this, and what you're going to do is extract here. And this is all dependent upon what program you use to extract your files, but the process, you need to extract them. And I would suggest extracting them into the same folder. So now we can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 files. This was the zipped file that we just extracted, so we can get rid of that, delete. And now we're left with the 5 tours. So now what we do is we select all of them. You can do that by holding down Control and selecting them individually, holding down Shift, click on the first one, hold down Shift, select the last one. Otherwise, you can just drag your mouse over all of them. So right-click again, extract here. And I'm going to go ahead and speed this up. Okay, so now all of the tours have been extracted. So if we want to, we can keep these zipped tour files. Otherwise, you can delete them. You might want to save them just in case something goes wrong, have a backup copy. So what we're left with is the actual tour folders. So now if we open up any of these, we'll go to Finn Paradise Cove. It's actually just Paradise Cove. And we click on the index page. We open that up. So this is the index HTML. Of course, it's called 360 tours _ Paradise Cove HTML. And we can see that the tour works fine. All the buttons and everything work. And we are viewing this locally. This is on our computer. You can see all that works fine. So basically what we have done is we have extracted the zipped files into folders. We have separate folders for each one of the scenes, for each one of the tours. And if we like, what we can do is we can clean up these names. So maybe, for instance, we just want this to say Angel Garden. Maybe this one just Blue Lagoon, and so on. And then what we can also do is we can clean up the index file, the file that actually opens up the tour. So we can go into Blue Lagoon, let's say, for instance, and maybe we want to change this to make it look prettier. So we could just call this Blue Lagoon Tour, or whatever it is you want. You can change that name to that. And as you can see, when we open it up, it still opens up the same tour and everything's fine. What you do not want to change is when we are in the root folder right here, wherever your index HTML page is, this is the root folder, so you would not want to change any of these files or folders beyond this. You wouldn't go into the Flash and change any of these names. Keep everything the same, otherwise the tour it'll break and it will not play correctly. And that's about it. That's how easy it is to extract the files. And in the next video, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to upload the files to your server. So we will see you in the next video. Hello, this is Courtney with 360 Island Tours. In the last video, I showed you how to extract the zipped files locally to your computer and how to rename a few of the folders and files. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to upload the files to your server. So basically, we're going to go ahead and start up exactly where we left off. So we have the Angel Garden, Blue Lagoon, the same files that we've actually been working with. And what we need to do is we need to select a place on our server for each of these tours to reside. So we need a home for them. And what we're going to do in this video is show you how to create that and how to upload them. So the first thing you're going to want to do is to open up your preferred FTP client. So in this I'm using Qt FTP. You can use FileZilla, which is free, or any of those. And in this example, we are just going to store it. Let's go ahead and create a new folder. So basically I am on one of my websites and I'm going to create a new folder. We're going to call this Best Bridal Tour Example. You can see I've got a lot of examples. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the folder that we've created. Now this, you could have written it to say Virtual Tours, VT, so the folder could have been named anything. And then what we do is we simply drag and drop the folders that we want to upload to our server. I'm going to find whatever the smallest one is for this example. So this one's 12 megabytes, that's fine. Let's go ahead and do that one. It's nice and small. So Angel Garden, we drop it in there. And then we let it upload, and I'm going to fast forward this and I will come back as soon as it's done, which will be in a second. Okay, so now we have fully uploaded the tour to our server. So what we need to do next is we need to locate the HTML file that's going to be used to open the tour. So basically we go in through the folders and we see it's going to be the first HTML page. And what I do, depending on what program you're using for your FTP, what we need to do is we need to get the address of that file. So I know that this is right here, and then I know that the site is actually sitesires.com. So what I do is just sitesires.com / drop that in, go. And now we see that this is the actual link to that tour, so we can copy that, because we're going to be using that link in the next tutorial, which is how to link an image or a text hyperlink to that index file, to the tour. So as we can see, it worked perfectly. And this is actually live. So it is on the server. And it's loading. And there we go. So worked just like it should. So in this video, what we did, basically just to reiterate what happened, is we basically had our unzipped files. So we opened up our FTP client, navigated to the location on our server that we want the virtual tours to reside. And in my case, it was right here. And basically we just drag and dropped the folders into, so if you wanted multiple, you could do all of these at once and just drag them all and drop them in. And then in order to find the link, the actual page that opens up the tour, we go into the folder, and it's going to be the first HTML page that we come across. So then what we need to do is we need to locate where that is actually residing on our server. And for me, using Qt FTP, all I needed to do is put a / bring it back to before the public HTML, or after the public HTML, and put in my website's name, which was sitesires.com, put a / oops, sitesires.com / drop it in, and there we had it. So, in the next video, we're going to show you how to link the images or text, how to create a hyperlink out of the images or text, so that when your user clicks on the image or text, it opens up the virtual tour. So we'll see you there. Hello, this is Courtney with 360 Island Tours. In the last video, this is actually video 4 of the tour installation process, tutorials. In the last video, I showed you how to upload the files to your server and how to get the URL address of the actual tour, the URL address that actually opens up the tour. In this video, I'm going to show you how to link that URL address to an image or to text. Now, this is completely dependent upon the text editor that you use. For this example, I'm going to be using WordPress. And so basically, here is the link that we have that links to the tour. And as we can see, if we paste it, we've got the link to the tour. So let's close that out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into my WordPress installation. This is for one of my sites, the 360 Island Tours. So I'm going to log in. And I've actually already created a post for this. And it's called Tour Linking Example. So it's very simple. There they both are right there, but for the sake of argument, I'm going to go ahead and delete those, and I'm going to start anew. So click here for tour is going to be the title of the link. I'm going to select it, and then I'm going to set the hyperlink. And this is the same link that we just checked out. This is the one that goes to the virtual tour. Click here for tour. And we're going to have it open in a new window. You can have it open on the same page, or you could even use a shadow box, which I would actually recommend. Because if you use a shadow box and they stay on the same page, so that when they close the tour, they're right back where they started, or where they ended actually, where they left off. So then we add the link, and I'm also going to add an image, so that when the image is clicked on, it goes to the tour as well. So I'm going to go to Add Media, Media Library. And I actually just upgraded this WordPress, so everything looks a little bit different. So bear with me. I believe it's this one here that we want to use. Yes, so insert to post. And then I'm going to justify it to the left. And then we're going to add the URL to it, which is the URL to the tour. We're going to have it open in a new window again, update. So now if we preview this page or this post, we have our click here tour. We could see the title I gave it, click here for tour, and then we have our image, which I didn't give a title to. So if we click here for the tour, it opens up on the same page, and the tour works as it should. So let's go back, and then the same thing with the image. If we click on the image, we set that to open up in a new page. So the first one we actually set to open up on the same page. The second one we set to open up on a new page. And that works as it should as well. So let's close that out. And that's basically it. That's how you add the link to an image or to some text, so that when your site guests visit your website, they can open up the tour and they can see the tour that we have created for you. If you run into any problems, please feel free to go ahead and either call me at 808-282-4145. Again, that number was 808-282-4145. Or you can send me an email at admin@360islandtours.com. So that about wraps it up. Thanks for watching.